championship. I love her, and just being able to be here for her in this moment, because last year was tough for me because I didn't have a lot of vets. So just being that big sister, I guess, kind of to her this year is just super important for her.
Yeah, how much nicer will it be to have the vets? Like,
oh my God, it's already been a breath of fresh air, man. I mean, from top to bottom, from Ariel to Kia to Beck to Sloot, like from Eat to Eat Will, like it's just a breath of fresh air to have somebody to have your back. And I think that's the most important thing. And just learning from the offseason, I hung with Chelsea, obviously, and asking her, like, what did it take for you guys to win that championship? And they were saying, like, sisterhood and just being able to have each other's back. So I learned a lot in my offseason, and just coming back here, being able to be around a great group is just a breath of fresh air.
What about help your development as a leader?
A'ja Reese says she didn't have the right vets last year, and it kind of reminds me of what happened with LeBron when he first came into the league.
We have better players than him in his position already on our team, though. His potential is probably the sky's the limit for him, though.
Good LeBron is just going to add to what we need, and just make things a little bit easier.
And he will come in and make an immediate impact like a Caron Butler, did for the Miami Heat. I don't think you can really just bring a high school player in and really just think your team gonna really turn around like that. If he come, he can just hop on our bandwagon.
I remember all his team said LeBron is gonna have to fit around me, and this high schooler can't come into the league and run the show, and those were his actual teammates saying that. And they were technically vets because they had been in the league for a while. But being a vet is bigger than just how long you've been in the league. Being a vet is knowing your role, making sure your rookies are up to par, taking care of them. And again, I wasn't in the locker room, but it sounds like that was the case for Angel as well. Because, yeah, she had some longer tenured people there, but maybe she didn't get that veteran leadership she always wanted. If you look at her interviews, she's always saying, I want to learn from my vets and vet this and vet. She was always talking about being around vets. And I think she got that when she went to Unrivaled. And now she's like, hey, I need to pass this down to the rookies coming in. So I think she is taking a really good approach. And I don't think she was being shady towards the people last year. It probably just wasn't the right people. A lot of those players were still establishing themselves. And so that would cause a clash. Like, here comes this rookie with all this hype, and she's getting a lot of minutes, and I've been around for 4 years, and I feel like I deserve that. There can be a clash. But now she got some more. She got players that have been around the league a little bit and have been the same player throughout that time in the league. So I'm thinking that's what she meant. Like, yeah, some of the people last year were by years of vet, but having the veteran role is completely different. And that happens, man. We've seen it on the court, like with other teams. Like, people compete in your locker room. You will compete if you feel like you deserve what the other person is getting. And so I kind of see, that might be where it's coming from. Like I said, I remember when it happened to LeBron, I was mad because I was a LeBron fan, and Darius Miles and who else was on that squad? I can't even remember the rookie squad. But those players were like, basically, no, LeBron's going to have to earn it. He's going to have to go through the ups and downs, which he came in the league and made his presence known, and they were off the team pretty quickly. And it turned around, and it looks like the same thing is happening. And I doubt she meant it with any harm or, to discredit the other people that were on the team last year. But like I said, there's levels to being a vet. There's levels to who you are in the league, and there's some players now on her team. The vet Sleuth, she's won championships. She knows who she is. I think she's like 37. There will be no competition with her in the rooks or the second year players, third year player, whatever. There's no competition. I know who I am. I know what I bring to this league because I've done it for X amount of years. And those are the type of players that work well with new upcoming stars. We've seen the same thing happening over in Indiana. They brung some more players that's not going to be clashing. They know what role they need to take, and I think the Sky did the same. And that's why I think there's going to be a big change in what happens in this organization, a change what happens this year, because they got the right pieces, in my opinion, to be around Camilla and Angel and even Double A. She's a beast. You got to have the right people around those players. Otherwise, there's going to be a clash But when you know, hey, I'm a veteran in this league, I've been here more than 8 years, I'm not trying to impress anybody or show somebody something they've never seen. They've seen my bag. They know who I am. So now let me work my bag around these young players that are going out and trying to make a name for themselves, and they're showing the world who they are. And so I think that's more so the mindset of Angel Reese's statement versus throwing a jab or a dig at the other players from last year. I just think that team last year wasn't balanced. They had players that wanted to be in their first playoff position. They wanted to be a star. They needed to establish themselves. And with this roster here, I think a lot of those players have established who they are. They still want to go win. They still want to win a title. They still want to be in the playoffs, but they've established, hey, this is me. I'm Kia Nurse. Everybody in the league knows who I am and what I do. And so now I want to enhance what's going on with our younger core because I know what I bring to the table, and everybody knows what I bring to the table. So in my mind, that's kind of where she was coming from. I don't want people to take that and say, oh, my God, she's dissing the people from last year, because it just probably was a bad fit. And you got to look at it like, if you've been in the league for a while and you go to a team that's kind of in a rebuild, you're thinking, oh, I'm about to get all the minutes, all the shots. This is about to be my team. And then a week later, they draft Camilla and Angel, and now you're playing fourth, fifth row because Kennedy just blew up out of nowhere. Yeah, you're going to be sitting on that bench. There might be some resentment. You might not take Angel out to dinner and say, hey, I noticed on your post hook, your jab step that you're shuffling your feet a little bit and you keep getting called for a travel. You might not do those things because you might want her to get in foul trouble. You might want her to get a couple travels and go sit the bench so you can get your minutes. And so, again, I think that's more so the mindset of where she's coming from is like, yeah, those people were technically vets, but last year, if you think about the team, I watched every game, you can see like some of these people were still trying to prove themselves instead of trying to build around the new rookies that came in. And so the good thing is Angel went to Unrivaled and dealt with some vets that really showed her the way and changed their game to make it work for her. So now she's saying, hey, Hailey, you here, you my dog, and I'm going to show you the ropes, show you the things I didn't get, show you the stuff I learned at Unrivaled that I wish I had during the WNBA season. So I think the mindset is right. The approach might have, it might rub people the wrong way a little bit, but I don't think it was shade or any jabs like that. That's my thoughts on it. I am AJ. I'll see you in the next video.
Your two teams. I'm not a vet yet, but just staying poised. I mean, I know a lot of pressure is probably on her from the outside. I know how it is, just being the big name coming to town, expected to do big things, and I was just telling her, like, stay calm, stay poised.